Hey, a quick update. I have given away and notified the winners of the Mercury Smart Wi-Fi outdoor security camera and also the Mercury Smart Wi-Fi light switch. I've notified them and I haven't gotten any response yet, so I'm going to give them another week and then I'll draw again. So if you haven't entered yet, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and you can have a chance to win. So you still might have a chance to win. Hit that subscribe button. Okay, so a fairly small project turned into a big one. So the beginning of this project, I had a Husqvarna 46-inch cut. And had an engine that was filling up with gasoline. Didn't have a shut-off valve on it, and it was filling the cylinder up. It was locking. And I don't know if it's, I got it all cleared out, everything, it just will not fire, and it backfires out of the intake, so I'm pretty sure it has a bent valve. So this is a 46-inch cut. Now I have two 46-inch cuts. The other one has a bad engine, it's been disassembled and it's in pieces. I used those pieces to rebuild the John Deere with a Briggs & Stratton, and I rebuilt it, got it running, and then went back to using this one for a while. Anyway, this one has locked up, the engine's bad, and I couldn't get it refired. The deck is bad on the John Deere, 42-inch. So I took all the necessary parts and pieces off of the 42-inch John Deere, and I've put them on the 46-inch. Actually, the 46-inch is like an MTD. We're going to go take a look at it now. This deck originally was on this Pull & Pro. The Pull & Pro had a blown big Briggs & Stratton engine on it. So I took parts and pieces off of it, and I took off the necessary parts off the deck to rebuild the Husqvarna. All these mowers were given to me except the John Deere. I bought it new. So now the Husqvarna has crapped out on me. It's gone. Needs the engine rebuild. So I've taken the deck off of the Husqvarna, took all the pieces off the John Deere, and I'm going to make a 46-inch cut John Deere out from a 42-inch. Now, I have the deck in good condition now. The deck, I've replaced bearings and things that's needed, and the deck is working properly. Now I need to, I have to grind off some studs where the straps go to the deck mount. Be where these mount, these pieces here. So I actually need these bolts here. I'm going to take them off of the John Deere, and then I will bolt the straps onto the John Deere with washers. It's basically the way they were on there with a with pins, just on a stud. So I'm gonna have to grind the stud, the mounting studs, off of the John Deere and put bolts through the pre-drilled holes where the straps will mount now. So that's what I'm working on now, getting the necessary pieces off of the John Deere, the old John Deere deck. So I'll record more as I can. Okay, now I did change that front bracket that runs from the front end to the front of the deck, and I drilled out that hole there that goes, the very front hole. I drilled it out to place that bar in. All right, and
Now we're going to look at the actual frame rails. And on the actual frame rails, there, if you see these here, these are the actual straps that connect to the actual frame of the lawnmower. Now they're too long, and the studs that are originally on the 42 inch, they're back here. So there's no way to make this strap go on to that stud. I thought I had to grind these off and put new studs on. No. All you have to do is, these things actually have a bolt on the back, the studs. You take the bolt out of the back of the studs, take it out, and there's actually a hole in the correct position for these straps. So they're already drilled for the bigger straps. So you'll see the holes further up from where they were original, and all you have to do is take those studs and put them into the other holes. You just bolt them right in. There's nothing to it. You just move them from back here to up there. That's all you do. Now, in the back here, what I did back here, this is both hangers combined. Now this is a hanger off of the 42 inch. Ooh, hit it there. It's the hanger off the 42 inch, and it's the hanger off of the 46 inch. All I did was combine those two, put them on with a washer, and put a pin in the same place that a pin would have been before. That's all it did, was combine those two. That's what that is. That's the two. That's the two hangers. That's the hanger from the 42, and that's the hanger from the 46. They're combined and just put right on. So that's how I managed to get the deck hung, because otherwise you would have to come up with some kind of specialized hanging system. Here's the other side. You take a look at it. There's the bottom, and there's the top. Now that's just the two combined. That's all it is the two combined. See if there's a zoom out. You can get a look there at, that's the two systems combined, and it gives you the correct height for your deck. Now this is lower. Now here's the problem. Without making some adjustments, and I'm still working on this, but this is to its furthest limit, and I've got it in the number 4 position, so it's all the way up on the handle. Now I think I could raise this here, which would actually raise the, as I raise this bolt, as I bring that bolt in, it should bring the deck up, so it would be in a higher position in the number 4. And I'm still working on where I want to keep these adjustments exactly, because I need to find out, where number 4 is actually, and make sure that this deck height is in that correct position. So same thing over here, the deck rails. If you see here, here's the deck rail. Let me zoom in on that. Here's the deck rail, and that is the original pin That pin is the original pin that used to be back here. Now, like I said, I thought that was going to have to be ground off, but it actually just has a bolt on the back. You take the nut off, and this pin comes out. You just move the pin to the next hole. It's already drilled, and there it goes. It's perfect. Now, I was worried about being a problem with the size of the belt, since it was a combination between a 46 and a 42. Well, what size belt would it have? Well, the actual 46-inch belt worked perfect. The engine is actually back a little bit on the 46. So the 42-inch, the engine that is on the John Deere, it is actually forward a little bit compared to the Husqvarna engine. So the 46-inch deck, just by coincidence, the belt fit perfect. All I did was put it on. I took the cable, the PTO cable, I took the PTO cable off of the Husqvarna, installed it directly onto the John Deere, and there we go. And I now have a functioning John Deere with a 46-inch cut Husqvarna deck. I used it, and it works fine. There are some adjustments I may need to make. I would like it to I like the cut that it's at now, but I could see where you would need to have the option of having the deck higher. So I'm going to continue and try to make some adjustments to the deck, raise the deck up overall, and I think that will be it. Other than that, it works. It did a really nice job cutting the grass, probably as good as it's ever looked. So there you go. From a 42 to a 46-inch deck on a John Deere tractor. Okay, so just making some final adjustments on the John Deere after putting the deck on it. And go over it. I'm going to take it out and test it on the yard just to be sure where it's at. So could look at it there. Not in too bad a shape. A lot of good parts on it, and still runs good. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. Got another one, but I did get it put back together for when I need to use it. I have something else now, but and everything else is broke down. I guess I'll have this one, so I'm going to test it and make sure everything works on it. This is the deck I put on it. This is the 46-inch deck that I put on it, and there's the hangers that I went with, and those were the original hangers from the two mowers that from the 42-inch and the 46. I took the two hangers and put them together, and that gave me the hanger for that. It has adjustments on both ends if need be. And right now I'm just adjusting the height on it to make sure that it was cutting too low, and my adjustment screw is here, so I just adjusted that up, and I'm going to go out and give it a run again and make sure that I am able to have it in a higher position and a lower position and raise it up. So I'm going to start it right now and give it a try, and all I did to convert this over was move those studs for the deck strap studs. I just moved those, and basically that's all that was involved in changing it over. So I'm going to get a look at it here and see if everything works okay. There is the stud that was moved on both sides. They were further back, and they screw out from inside the frame rail from the back side, and just move them forward. The holes are already drilled. Move them forward, put the nuts back on them, both sides, and then the deck straps, mounting straps, will fit. So, all right, let's give it a try. See what happens.
good level. I didn't cut right here because I have a cord coming across here. But what I tried to do was cut some of these areas here, and I came up here on the berm here because I wanted to see if it was going to cut a decent path here or if it was going to scalp it, and it was already. So I was up here on this top piece and actually cut it right where I wanted it, and it didn't scalp it. Now you can see there, see the spots there, the lines. That's from the last time I cut it, and that's why I wanted to make an adjustment. And that's where up here, now this time I cut it from here where my foot is at up, and you'll see there's that stripe's not in there, and that's why I made the adjustment. I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to adjust that deck correctly without with the 46-inch deck. I wanted to see that I was going to be able to actually make adjustments with the deck, and it worked out. It worked. So that worked. So it's a little more than just swapping it over. It's not really meant to be. You have to make some changes to the actual tractor, but it will work. You can make it work. So, and there it is. There it is. Now I have the John Deere back working, and see what I'm going to do about the Husqvarna or the Pull & Pro. I have a 0 degree also, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep any of them or if I'm tired of messing with them altogether. So we'll see on that. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode. Hey, I'm up to over 150 subscribers now. I went from 100 to 150 in a little over a month. So moving right along. If you could help me out, if you're not subscribed and you like the content, enjoy this video, subscribe to my channel. Also, maybe somebody else would like it, so share. So like, share, and subscribe. Please help me out. And they may do it another way, but that's the way I do it. We'll see you next time.